Climate change!
Climate change!
Is real!
Is real!
It's happening!
But what we know is under climate change, we're going to see more extreme weather events more often.
I want to see Britain put into law a commitment to zero emissions.
If humans suck their planet dry, they will end up with no choice but to fight. And above all, it will be a war that people will suffer if climate change is not addressed with ambition and imagination.
After 2 decades of trying, the agreement is here.
L'accord de Paris pour le climat est accepté.
I don't think it's about deciding to join a group. I think it's the decision to want change and getting together with people who want to do change, but in a new way. It's not really about being part of like a group, because it's all inclusive. Anyone can join, anyone can help us, anyone can do it, and it's to save everyone. We started off at Parliament and we blocked a road. That was brilliant, very exciting. Then we went down the South Bank and went to Shell, and obviously because they're an oil company.
Yeah.
And then we went to the Tate Modern, and because their art is funded by oil, so we wanted to show them that we know what they're doing. We went to Rupert Murdoch's house, well, not house.
Yeah.
Went to his News UK.
It was completely linked to what was happening in Paris, and there were thousands of people protesting in Paris about the climate change conference. And it was what we were doing was about sort of joining with their sort of hopes and their fight,
and it happened in New York and Portland. So it's because it's not just a problem in Paris, it's a global problem. The reason it was all there was because of the conference was actually in Paris. We're quite rich, and so it's the people who are poor that are going to be affected by it. So it's symbolic of don't actually cross it, stay back from the line. That's why it's red, like danger. Don't go across the red line.
We've been talking about climate change for over 20 years, and now we're right up against the limits of what's possible to avoid the really horrible scenarios. Like you're saying, the red lines are such a simple visual image that you can put them next to the Shell office like we did and say, what you're doing inside this building is just about to cross a line, which is going to mean we're going to have our futures destroyed, and poor people around the world are going to die.
They do have so many other ways of creating energy, but the fact of the matter is they've invested in these fossil fuels themselves, so they don't want to get rid of them.
I think people investing a little bit of money and time into researching about renewables and stuff like that is often just to show that they're doing something. Not because they think it's important, so it's crap, because we're so reliant on them. Everything that we do relies on fossil fuels. From the moment we wake up, it's scary.
2 degrees would be even worse, but at the moment we're on the way to sort of 3 or 4 degrees, which will be just everything will collapse. So I think Paris is like a big step forward in some ways, even though it's not nearly enough, because the targets that were agreed there aren't enough. So it's up to us, I think, and then people like us to use that as a starting point to then push for much more ambitious action.
And it's not about instant change, because it's not going to happen. It's about constantly getting people to listen. Do you know, give people the power who are, people that aren't in Parliament, showing them that we can do this together. But it's never going to be instant. It's just going to be slow. Because so much action is quite violent and quite aggressive, and so when you're not into activism or whatever, it's really difficult to join that, because you think, oh God, I don't want to be part. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I might get arrested. All that stuff. Maybe I don't believe in it, but as soon as it's playful, like the cobbles, and simple with just a red line, and you put that out more and more and more, people are going to want to join in, and people are going to want to have their voice, because their voice is being taken away from them every day by the government and by what they're doing.
I think it's really important to realise as well that the targets that we agreed in Paris are really ambitious in a way. If you want to get 1.5 degrees, it means really urgent, really drastic, radical action, starting now, and not waiting for the government to get their act together. It means pushing forward now and changing things like, not accepting that our art and universities are paid for with oil money, and not accepting any more fossil fuel extraction.
Iceland had a revolution. and they went to all the bankers' houses and they put the bankers in prison.
Wow.
And they took all of their property and made them pay all their money back. I want something like that. I want it where the people finally come together and they say, no, we're not living under this anymore. You're not gonna make us starve, and you're not gonna make us not be educated. You're not gonna do this to us. You're not gonna do this to the whole world because you want 7 houses and you just want to be superior and you want to have power over us and you don't care about us. Like, I care for every person in the world. Like, let's do this together in unity and express the energy that we have inside of us, that we only ever use it for the way that we've been told, going to work, doing all of this stuff that drains us emotionally, and we're full of energy that can be used for such much more beautiful things that can save people's lives.
Long ago crossed a very big line by going into the Arctic, so until they back off, I'll cross their line whenever I want.